How about now? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, looks like I fixed it. There we go. All right. All right, so guys, welcome to a quick little live stream chat. I got my coffee. I'm a little tired. It's late. It's 8:18, so 18 minutes later than when I wanted to start. We were on here, but we were having a few issues with the resolution. Let me see something here. All right, let's see. So, how's everybody's night going? We'll talk about everything that we've done for the haunt season, all the places we've gone, all the things we've been able to do, like this right here, in just a moment. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I never paid attention to the back of the pin, but it says Boo for Boo Bros. No, I'm kidding. That was not for custom for the Boo Bros, but let's see. Give it a little bit of time. Let's see if some people join. Alrighty, guys. So let's start talking about haunt season and what we've done so far. So it's been a busy haunt season so far, and it's gonna get busier. I'm actually currently uploading a video, which was from last night. We went to Kings Dominion Haunt, fourth weekend in the video itself. I said third weekend a few times because I couldn't remember whether or not it was the third or fourth weekend. But we had a good time at the event. We went to go enjoy it and also check out and see how the event had kind of like moved along. We did that with a couple of haunts. We visited them when they first opened their doors and then did a revisit to see how the event had kind of progressed. A lot of times the haunts tend to start a certain way and they kind of evolve with what's going on. So certain effects in the houses will change because for whatever reason they're not working too well. Hey, Watch TV is in the chat, guys. Also, there'll just be like characters that change, actors that withdraw from their role. So the event is a ever changing kind of like I don't know what the word I'm thinking of, but ever evolving. And so it's always cool to be there opening weekend and then revisit and see what ends up changing. So the first haunt that we did was Halloween Horror Nights. We were there for opening weekend and opening night, actually with my fellow boo bro, Lost TV. Did any of you guys see that vlog or those vlogs? It was a series of vlogs that weekend. I think we did about like 8 videos in a weekend. We were grinding. Let's see. We got 4 concurrent viewers. All right. Well, I'll just keep talking. So, Halloween Horror Nights. We did so opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. It was 2 nights only. Unfortunately, not like in the past. It wasn't 3 nights. They didn't have a Sunday, so it was Friday and Saturday. Myself and Monique flew down. We live in the DC metro area. Flew down to Orlando for, it was like a Wednesday to Monday, I believe it was. Yeah, I think we flew down Wednesday to Monday. And because Monique was coming, I decided I wanted to stay at a nicer hotel. There was a night that she wasn't going to come with me to Halloween Horror Nights. She wasn't extremely excited about Halloween Horror Nights, but was interested in trying it out at least one night, which was opening night. The following night on Saturday, I was going to go to the event by myself, or maybe run into some of my friends like Adrian from Lost TV. And so we ended up staying at the Portofino. And I made that choice because I wanted to stay at a nicer hotel so that Monique has somewhere to enjoy when I'm out and about doing my thing. Another thing that we've been doing on the channel a lot, and during these trips we've been able to do a good amount, is we've been adding to our collection of hotel reviews. So we do everything from theme parks, travel, hotel reviews, and in any way that we could help. We always try to add some value to the content that we're putting out, some hints, some pointers, some observations. And the hotels is something that I enjoy greatly, and I think it adds to the immersion when you go to a Universal trip. So I've been putting those out there, and now we've done almost all the hotels. We stayed at the Portofino, Dockside, and Aventura at different times throughout the last month and a half. But HHN, man, HHN was awesome. Let's see, I see somebody. 919 Media. Hellscream was a bust for me this weekend at Williamsburg. Was it a bust because you weren't able to go, or you didn't enjoy it? We'll get to Hellscream next, because that's actually the next haunt that we hit up this haunt season. All right, well, I'm gonna keep chatting, but I'll keep looking down at the chat, and if you respond, I'll respond. But yeah, so we went to Halloween Horror Nights. We had a great time at Halloween Horror Nights. The first night of Halloween Horror Nights, if you're interested in seeing what that was like, it was a bit of a mess. It rained a ton, and we got soaked. And when you're in Florida, being soaked from head to toe is not fun, man. And my shoes got wet, my socks got wet. They never recovered. But all in all, the event provided some amazing houses. I've always been a huge fan of the Haunting of Hill House, the original series, the original first season. I haven't finished watching the second season, although I have watched several episodes of Bly Manor. I need to finish it, but I never have finished it. But the first season was amazing in my books. I had a great time walking through that house. It was extremely impressive, the special effects and some of the practical effects that they used for it. I loved it. I mean, it's hard to put words to explain what it was like. I wish I could have recorded in there for you guys. Unfortunately, Halloween Horror Nights Orlando is very strict about recording inside of the houses, and a lot of these events are as well. But I had a really good time, and that if I had to pick best houses, so let's do that. Out of the 10 houses that they had this year, which we did all of them and most of them several times, favorites, I'll do top three because the top three are really solid. My number one favorite house was the Haunting of Hill House. My second favorite house was Icons. I'm a huge sucker for the Icons. Love Jack, love the caretaker. I actually had earrings that I wore to opening night, and one of them was Jack and one of them was caretaker. I think I have the earrings over here somewhere. Oh yeah, here they are. So yeah, I wore these to opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. So, you know, fitting Icons or HHN Icons Captured was one of my favorite houses. My second favorite house, and probably first favorite house as far as like if you were to separate it by IPs and originals, which I did personally. So to me, Icons and Hill House are both number one, but in their own particular like lane. So originals, IPs, Hill House, originals, Icons, and then the next house, my third favorite, was Wicked Growth. That house was freaking amazing. Tony Turner, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're enjoying the content, man. A lot of people have been showing me a lot of love, and it really has kind of energized me to keep going out there. I've been extremely busy. Hopefully, you guys are seeing that. I'm constantly putting out content for you guys. Let's see, 919 Media. It was raining last night, so not a lot of action with the actors. Oh, 919 Media. I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, when it's raining, some of the houses are outdoors, like Witch of the Woods. Um, is that the only one that's outdoors? I can't think off the top of my head if Busch Gardens Williamsburg has any other outdoor houses, but that stinks, man. I have heard that Busch Gardens Williamsburg has had some struggling nights at the event, and not due to lack of trying. With the current state of things, getting staffing for the event has been tough for them, as well as things that are out of their hands, like weather. If something gets like flooded out or something, they do what they can to keep the event running. And we'll talk about them in just a second because that's the second event that we actually went to so far, and we still have a couple weeks left. So we will be getting more haunt season content out there for you guys. But at the moment, these are the ones that we've done, and we're gonna go over all of them shortly. Let's see, CCDX2. I wish I could have gone to Howl Scream. I had to move away all the way to PA. Oh, how long ago did you move away? I mean, PA is not too far. I mean, I'm a guy who enjoys driving, so I'll get in a car and go a distance, or I'll fly. I think it was back in August, drove to Ohio to go check out Cedar Point. Let's see, Tony Turner, once again, thanks, man. I really appreciate that, and the support has been amazing. I really appreciate you guys. 919 Media, but overall, I really enjoyed the atmosphere. It was my first time. Really enjoyed the decorations. Yeah, it's a cool event. Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and it's their first year back too, so that's another thing. Last year, they had Halloween Harvest, which was basically a shadow of what Hollow Scream has been in the past. So this was their first year back. I think, for given the circumstances, they've done pretty well with what they had. Just this last couple of weeks for a new job. Busy, busy, busy. Oh well. Hopefully that means good. I know that it impeded on your ability to go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, but moving for a job, if it's for good reason, I mean, I think it's a worthy sacrifice. And once you get settled in PA and save up some money, maybe you could make a trip next year for Busch Gardens Williamsburg Howl Scream. All right, so I mean, a lot of the people on here are talking about Howl Scream, so might as well just get into that. So yeah, Howl Scream was the second event that we visited. So we were at in Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights, and so far we've done Halloween Horror Nights 3 times. So we've gone 3 different nights, but opening weekend we did 2 nights. The following weekend, so first weekend of September, Halloween Horror Nights. Second weekend of September was the opening of Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and we were able to go. Busch Gardens Williamsburg changed up a little bit this year. Last year we were able to do media. This year they decided that they weren't going to do a media event, which is cool. I mean, they got to make the decisions that make sense for them, and I think staffing and other circumstances was what was behind that. So all good. I look forward to in the future being invited back once they start doing media events again, so I could get some behind the scenes type of stuff for you guys. But the cool thing about Busch Gardens Williamsburg Howl Scream this year was you were able to film inside of all the houses. So the opening night of the event, I was there, went by myself, which sometimes I really enjoy trying out the events by myself. I get to go through the houses at the pace that I want to, choose which house I want to go to first, walk around, and do everything that I want to do without having to take into consideration what somebody else wants to do, which, taking friends and everything is really fun. I've taken a lot of friends to all these events, but going by yourself is sometimes really cool. But yeah, we were able to do all the houses at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, House Cream. Uh, Favorite house has to be Killer Knee Diner. Witch of the Woods was pretty cool, but like I said, the opening weekend, I had no idea that you could film inside the houses, so I didn't film inside of any of the houses just out of respect. And then I saw a bunch of people posting online off the actual Busch Gardens page showing that there's no rule saying that you can't film, and there's actually specific verbiage saying that you are allowed to film, and these are the parameters as to how you can film, which I thought was pretty cool. So the following weekend after opening weekend, we were back, brought some friends with me, and we enjoyed the event all over again. And I filmed inside the houses. So if you go back and you see the content that I've put out, you'll see opening weekend of Busch Gardens Williamsburg, which had just myself and no in-house coverage. And then the second weekend, you'll see every single house. I did, just for the sake of not ruining the event for anybody, I did clip the walkthroughs. I didn't give full walkthroughs while I was at the event. I clipped the walkthroughs, then gave my opinion at the end. So you get to see a taste of what these houses are like on the inside, but without ruining it. So hopefully, if you're watching my channel and you're gonna visit the event and haven't done so yet, this is a way that you could get a little taste without me ruining the event for you guys. Let's see. Check out the chat. CCDX2 might have to try some PA parks. Yeah, man. Actually, if you don't know, I'm part of a group named the Boo Bros. Losh TV, who was here earlier, Adrian from Losh TV, is one of them. And then we have Michael from the Hallowed Thrills, and he actually lives up that way. And he did Field of Screams. That video has been doing amazing. I mean, I think it's at like 60,000 views or some crazy stuff like that on the Boo Bros channel. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out the Boo Bros. I think I have the button right here. Yes, I do. Bam. Boo Bros. And I did some video coverage for the Boo Bros as well. So make sure to check that out. 919 Media. Yeah, I know staffing issues are terrible now, and they are also fighting wasps during the day with some of the bigger rides. Yes, that's such a weird problem to have, wasp. But yeah, I mean, they have to close down some of the roller coasters because of wasps. I never heard of that except for at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Gotta stay refreshed. And by the way, you're gonna see me drinking two different things. I got coffee, I got water. Stay awake and stay hydrated. Let's see. So yeah, so we did Busch Gardens Williamsburg both of the first nights or first weekends. We did opening weekend, and then we did the second weekend of the event, and we're able to film in there. I have had such a great time this haunt season locally here in like the DC, Northern Virginia area, because my local parks have been showing me so much love. Um, the people that are working there are recognizing me and having fun with me inside the houses, saying my closing line, or just calling me by my name or by my channel name. Like I've had like some of the characters, eerily say Eddie or say Edutainment. Or one gentleman at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, Witch of the Woods, made my night. It was actually last night of the house. We were the last people walking through, only people walking through, and at the end he's asking me some questions, and I'm kind of just role playing with him and messing around, and he says, "May I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Sure, go ahead." And he goes, "Have you been edutained?" And I was just like, "Oh shoot!" And yeah, I thought that was just super cool, and that it's something that has been happening more and more often lately, and it's a little weird. I mean, for me, I'm not a celebrity or of any sort, so it's kind of interesting. I want to say weird. It's just new. It's something new for me. So experiencing it is it catches you off guard at first, but now that I've experienced it a few times at the parks, I really do appreciate everybody enjoying my stuff. Yesterday when I was filming at the park, one guy actually took a moment to stop me when he saw me finish filming. So I was like filming, he was passing by, he noticed me, and he stopped me and just said, "Hey man, just wanted to thank you for your videos. They've been very helpful. We actually watched 2 of your videos before heading into King's Dominion Haunt, and we found them extremely helpful," which I thought was crazy. And he was with like his 4-year-old son, and he told his son, "Hey, say bye to him." And his son was like, "Bye," and I'm not sure if his son watches too. Maybe he does, but it was just super like nice and cute to see like the little kid say bye to me, and that on top of a couple other like actors that noticed me last night. Let's see. We were very happy with Halloween Horror Nights this year. The behind the screens and express pass is well worth it. Do both. Oh, back to Halloween Horror Nights. Tony Turner, good point, man. Behind the Screams, we did Behind the Screams the second night, the second night of Halloween Horror Nights. So we did Halloween Horror Nights opening night. Next morning, we were back at the park for Behind the Screams. It was me, myself, and I. No, it was me, Zombie Chris Chris from Zombie Chris, and Adrian from Lost TV, and we basically had some fun. We got to see behind the like what goes into the houses, like little Easter eggs and things of that nature. You were not able to film, but I was able to take pictures. I posted a ton of those on my Instagram, so if you're interested, follow me on there, or follow me on any of my other social medias like Twitter and Facebook. Facebook's a little bit more difficult to understand, but my Instagram is, it's straightforward. You're just posting pictures and some comments on what the pictures are. So if you're interested in seeing, my escapades as I'm traveling and going to all these different haunts, I try to always take some pictures, post them up for you guys to see, kind of, cross market everything, so people from different platforms could check out my channel. But yeah, that's a good point, Tony. That Behind the Screams tour was amazing, and I have my lanyard somewhere over here. I don't know where my Behind the Screams lanyard is. Oh, here it is. Bam. So you also, as part of the tour, get a really cool lanyard. Is this it? Universal Studios. Oh yeah. Like this. Like this. Boom. And it has like the classic monsters and Frankenstein and stuff and Dracula. It's really cool. Damn. Let's see. All right, so the stream has had a few counts, but looks like the quality of the stream is being affected. Are you guys able to see me okay? Seeing like some quality issues with the video. Let's see, I'm also going to try to share this. If you guys are here, please do share it with your friends. It's much appreciated. I'm going to share this on my Instagram. So if anybody wants to join and hasn't noticed that we're on, well, now they know. Let's see. Share. Let's see in chat. What's everybody saying? Yeah, Behind the Screens was amazing. Express Pass is a must. If you can't afford Express Pass, which is understandable, it's pretty expensive, stay and Scream. Stay and Scream. We stayed in Scream the first night and were able to do everything without Express, but I hated myself for not getting Express. Let's go on Just posting really quick on my Instagram. Oh, did I lose you guys? Do I like covering parks down south or up north? Um, Share done, guys. If you can, it'd be appreciated. Share with your friends. They can join in here, chat with you, chat with me, all that fun stuff. Hopefully, the quality of the video is not too bad. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's the best quality. I need to play around with this live stream setup, but the quality isn't the purpose of the live stream. It's chatting and having fun. So as far as what do I prefer to cover, that's an interesting question. So I find myself enjoying more and more the parks locally, just because they are easily accessible, and I've been having a lot of fun with the people that work there and the communities and all that stuff. So, but Halloween Horror Nights is like the heart of my like channel, and really why I started doing this whole thing. So, for those of you who don't know, long time ago, like 2000 is the first year that I went to Halloween Horror Nights. First year that I went to a like major haunt event, and I was terrified. Um, and I ended up going with a friend. I lived in Miami at the time. I'm born and raised in Miami. No longer live there, but we would just drive from Miami to Orlando, which was like a 3 hour, 4 hour drive, and we would go to Halloween Horror Nights. We went the first year. I was terrified. Didn't want to go through the houses, um, but I hit it. We went through the houses. Then we would get in line for another house, and I would be so nervous in line. Um, Going to the event wasn't even my idea. I was invited by my friend's family, so I had never heard of Halloween Horror Nights. They heard about it, and they were going, and they invited me because that was my best friend growing up. And once the event was done, we went home, or we went to the hotel, went to sleep, whatever. And I found myself like maybe like a month later looking into the event and figuring out a couple things about it, and finding that there is like a community and a build up to this thing. And come like you know the like springtime, you start getting some like little clues and whatnot of what's coming to the event. It was a time in the event when the map, or the website, was very interactive, um, and it was just really cool to experience. You could work as a community to figure out different things that were coming to the event by working out the clues and whatnot that they were giving you, and puzzles, solving puzzles and whatnot on the website. And as the community came together, you would have like one shot a day to do it, and I would go on different computers and create different logins, just to try to do my best to figure things out sooner and contribute to the community. And after that, I just was like hooked. I kept on always like looking into Halloween Horror Nights. I would go to an event, and shortly after, I would be considering, what's coming next year, what other rumors, searching forums, and then after going to Halloween Horror Nights a few years, and I did take a hiatus from going to the event for a few years as well. I've probably gone well over 10 times now. My dog's making a ton of noise in the back, but then I started thinking, if this event's so awesome, maybe there's other events out there. And there was, which is how I ran into like Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and Howl Scream, and all that fun stuff. Hold on, my dog is. Ellie, stop it. But yeah. So that was a very long-winded response to your question. Do I like the northern haunts or the southern haunts? Um, I enjoy Halloween Horror Nights greatly, and I try to be there every opening weekend. And if I could, I'd be there more frequently. Um, but that's probably the one and only Florida haunt that I see over like my King's Dominion and my Busch Gardens Williamsburg event here in like the DC metro area. Uh, as far as vlogs go, I missed that part of the question completely. Hi, Lucas. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Let's talk some haunt season. As far as vlogs go, um, I think I do enjoy the ones up north a bit more. When I go to Kings Dominion and when I go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, it's a whole different experience than going to to Universal Studios or any of the haunts down south. But I gotta say, it's like a balancing act. When I'm vlogging in Orlando, I am basically transparent. Nobody knows who I am. I don't have much of an audience down there, so I could walk through the whole entire event and nobody notices me. Sometimes I like that because I do get nervous when people approach me. I don't always know what to say, although I do appreciate that people come and say hi, and I always welcome people to come say hi. But sometimes I'm just like, it's like, oh my god, this is like so surreal that people actually know who I am. Catches me off guard. But at the same time, when I'm at King's Dominion and I'm at Busch Gardens, that happens, and like it always brings a smile to my face. Sometimes like a smile of nerves, but it's only because it's so surreal. So it's a little bit of give and take, but as of lately, Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens Williamsburg have been my spot. Kings Dominion more than any of them, um, but yeah, I've been really enjoying the local haunts here. All right, so far we talked about Halloween Horror Nights. We talked about Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and thank you for Tony for um, shooting some info in there and reminding me that I did the behind the screams, I did Express, I did Stay and Scream, all things that are unique to the event and extremely cool. For Busch Gardens Howl Scream, I do expect to go back to the event once or twice more. For Halloween Horror Nights, we were just there last weekend, um, and that's probably the last time that we'll be back. First weekend, myself, Monique, um, went. The last weekend when I went again, I went with Monique's brother, Josh, and I don't see myself returning to the event unless I find like cheap hotel and cheap flight for a weekend. I have some vacation that's already planned, so all my vacation time left for the year is kind of like allotted to certain things. I don't have any flexibility there, so it would have to be like a land Friday, fly back Sunday type of thing, which I'm not opposed to if I get hotel and flight at a great price. So I don't think I'll be back, but we went to the event 3 times. Busch Gardens Williamsburg, we've been to the event twice. We'll probably go a few more times, maybe 4 by the end of haunt season. Um, and really, the 2 times that I went, I know somebody in the chat did say that House Scream was kind of a bust. I think it was 919 Media for them, and it was because of weather and other circumstances. But for me, I had a great time. Killer Knee Diner was actually really impressive. That's the newest house to the lineup, as well as Witch of the Woods, which was a shared house with Busch Gardens Tampa. Um, but the event as a whole, great. Scare zones, amazing. Meat Market is probably one of the coolest scare zones that I've seen at Busch Gardens Howl-O-Scream. That's one of the events that I've been vlogging now for some years. So you could actually go back to like 2018 and see me at the park and the coverage at the event back then. Um, but Meat Market was probably the best I've seen since I've been going to Howl-O-Scream. And then from there, we went to King's Dominion. So at the end of September, King's Dominion opened its doors for Howl-O-Scream, and We had a blast. So the first weekend that we went, it was opening weekend. Went, enjoyed the event. We went, got express for opening night. Our there it's called Fright Lane. We got Fright Lane. Did all the houses super fast, but the event was super busy. I way underestimated King's Dominion and the level of event that they bring. They bring a hella cool event. It's awesome. Um, the level of detail that they put into there. The best way to describe it, it's Halloween Horror Nights esque, and to some degree scarier because you don't have that conga line that you have at Halloween Horror Nights. You actually get pulsed into the house, so you have space in front of you and space behind you to actually enjoy and get a little bit more scared, have a little bit more anticipation of what's to come because you're not able to see it. You're getting pulsed through the house. That space makes a big difference in how the experience ends up being. At Halloween Horror Nights, a lot of times because you're getting conga lined through the house, you'll be able to see people getting scared ahead of you. You'll be able to see the boo-ho that maybe would have caught you off guard had the person in front of you not gotten scared by it. So, and that's only because the crowds there are on another level of huge. But the Kings Dominion crowds are actually pretty big, and the fact that they're able to still post people through is pretty cool. Um, they're busy, very busy. The event had Trick or Treat and Blood on the Bayou and Condemned, uh, No Vacancies, Hornstalker, and Grimwoods. Okay, so my favorite, and we'll just go through this. Condemned No Vacancies, amazing. It's a house. There's like a wedding going on and wedding gone wrong ceremony and everything. The people are crazy and deranged. The actors are amazing in there. Had such a good time through that house. Every single time that I've experienced that house, all three times that I've gone through that house, it has been amazing. My second favorite would probably have to be Blood on the Bayou. The setup, that Louisiana type of like swamp setup for King's Dominion, they pulled it off impeccably. I'm telling you, as far as like the set design and everything, this is as close as it gets to Halloween Horror Nights. If you go to King's Dominion and you say, "Wow, I enjoy this event greatly," and I would like to learn if there is any other events elsewhere that provide similar, if not better. That would probably be Halloween Horror Nights if you were looking to go that route. But King's Dominion is top notch. So after Blood on the Bayou, I would probably say my next favorite house is the Trick or Treat. The facade on Trick or Treat, super cool, with the like witch flying in front of it, as well as just the whole setup inside. It's kind of like a Victorian mansion that you first walk into, with then um, the witches and you see them pulling off their witchcraft and the coven and everything. It's really cool. So let's see. That's no vacancies. Oh, um, the next house for me that was actually awesome, and yesterday we had a really good run through it, was Cornstalkers. It's an outdoor house, so you do have to wait up till it's nighttime for it to get you well, but it's super cool. And guys, if I see the chat's kind of not going, if you have any questions about haunt season or any of the events that I've been to, any events that I may be going to, please throw it down in the chat. I'll make sure to comment. Um, yeah, Cornstalker has to be probably my fourth favorite, and then last but not least, Grimwoods. Grimwoods is the stories of the Brothers Grimm, basically fairy tales turned scary tales, and that's a super cool idea. But probably the least toned down house, and I think it's because the walkway is a little wide. Now we've been to King's Dominion three times. I went opening weekend with Josh, and then I went the second weekend, which we went to. We were invited as media, which was amazing. Their media event was so cool, so well set up. The food options and all that stuff, the way that they treated us, amazing. Hey Sarah, welcome to the chat. What's the best time to show up at the park. If we're talking about King's Dominion specifically, I would probably say show up around like 5 or 6. Yesterday when we were there, the crowds got huge, um, but we arrived. I think we arrived at 6, like 10, and went straight to the houses, and just started getting in line and went from one to another to another. We were able to finish everything by about like 7:30, 7:40, maybe 8 o'clock. I think 8 o'clock is a better estimate. I wasn't paying attention to the time really and keeping track of it, but we were able to finish everything like 2 hours or within 2 hours. And by that time, the park had hit its peak. The lines were ridiculous. I would not have been able to pull it off anywhere near as quick as I did at that time. So, yeah, if you're looking at a time to get to the park, I would probably say earlier the better. I know that on Fridays, I think they open at 7, and on Saturdays, they open at 2, for King's Dominion. Um, the time change. Did the time change? Did we? Oh, wait. Is, where you guys live? Is it a different time zone? The Pew Two are in the chat, by the way. And by the way, I met these guys in person at Halloween Horror Nights, and I gotta say, super cool, super down to earth guys. They deserve all the viewership and subscribers that they got. I'm so impressed by them. I actually like look up to these guys. They're amazing. Let's see. Oh damn! I didn't know that you guys were in a different time zone. Where was it? You guys aren't that far from where I am, if I remember correctly. But we talked about it. Let's see. David Za. What did you say, David Za? Cornstalkers be like the Lions and Kings Dominion were huge yesterday, but the rain. Did it rain? I don't remember it raining. It must have rained after I left, David, because I got through everything. Oh, I see what you're talking about. I'm not sure if it's Tyler or Anna that's there, but um, I said the time that I'd be starting, and it was different. Oh, I get you. I get you. Well, thanks for joining the chat, anyways, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys jumping on. Just been chatting about all the different houses and events that I've been to for haunt season. So far, we talked about Halloween Horror Nights opening weekend, um, behind the screams, um, fast pass, no fast pass, stay and scream, and then kind of like ranked my top 3 houses, which was um, Haunting of Hill House, Icons, and Wicked Growth. And then we talked about Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I went to the event the following weekend, and now we're talking about King's Dominion, which I was actually chatting with you while I was at King's Dominion last night. The We got through the whole entire event, but damn, the lines got crazy. Once we were done with all 5 houses, we decided that we were going to attempt to ride some of the rides, and even the ride lines were on another level, like crazy on another level. Um, and then let's see, the next event, Cornstalkers, was fun, but like my voice is still. Hey, that's part of the game that we play. You know, if you're in there and you're screaming, you might lose a voice, or your voice. Why would I say a voice? I don't know, but you might lose your voice. But all right, check it out. I'm like taking little notes and everything just to make sure that I talk about everything that I want to talk about. But with my trusty Aventura hotel pen, that's where we stayed. Not this weekend, last weekend when we were back in Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights. We had a great time, by the way. Halloween Horror Nights, highly recommend if you've never been. And then, so we've done King's Dominion 3 times. Opening night, media night, And then just yesterday, just going back to the event and checking it out after 4 weeks of the event being open, to see if anything had changed. And typically, with any of these large events, that ends up happening. Like as the event progresses, the event kind of adapts with how the movement of the crowds is, how certain effects are working and whatnot. So there was definitely a lot of changes there, and they're also prepping for their Christmas event. So the large fountain has been emptied, which tomorrow at 12 o'clock you'll see my most recent vlog, which was filmed yesterday at Halloween Haunt. Tomorrow at 12, put it on your calendar. Make sure to check back. We went back to the event to go check it out, see what changed. I brought my friend Moose, which you've seen on the channel several times. He has a Twitch channel himself. He typically comes with me to some of the haunts, so he came along. He's kind of like a easily scared type of guy, so it was kind of fun to bring him along. He's fun to just bring along in general. He's a fun guy, but to bring him to these events is always hilarious because you'll see in the video he gets scared for what some would think are simple things. I went on the Grizzly for the first time tonight. Oh, nice. Yeah, I almost went back to the event today, but I had family over the house, so I decided we would chill at the house. And then I also had this live stream, which I had talked about on my Instagram, which FYI, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram. And also keep in mind that I am in the DC metro area, so that way you don't get confused with the time zone like my friends the Pew2. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe any of their videos. Go check those guys out. The Pew2 are cool, man. Those guys are down to earth, man. I really enjoyed meeting them. Let's see. King's Dominion is closed for half the next month. RIP. Yeah, so King's Dominion will be closing for a bit of November and then reopening for their like Christmas town or Christmas event. I forget what it was called, which will be back for their Christmas event as well. And then another haunt that we did. What? No, guys, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. That's above and beyond. I appreciate you guys doing that. The Pew2 hitting me with the $9.99. Eddie is awesome. The channel deserves a ton of support. Genuine dude, and we are so excited about his future. He was part of the inspiration behind our channel. Shut up. No way. Your channel is awesome. How could I have been what inspired you guys? But thank you so much. I appreciate the support. And I look forward to doing some content with you guys. Hopefully early next year we're able to meet up again and maybe, cross-platform, between the Pew2 and Edutainment or the Pew2 and Boo Bros. That would be super dope. Oh, David, don't worry about it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the Pew2 doing that for me. But David, no biggie, man. You jumping on and watching the videos and chatting with me is more than enough. Winterfest at King's Dominion. That's right, Tony. Thank you so much. I tend to have brain farts and forget names of things. And you'll notice that throughout my videos if you watch my videos. I always kind of have like little brain farts. But yeah, Winterfest. I'm excited to go check out Winterfest. I saw yesterday that the like pond was like kind of like emptied out, and it looks like they're getting ready to install like the skate rink. It seems. I think that's what they're doing. I could be wrong. It could be that they're doing something else. Maybe just some like general maintenance, and maybe next time that I go back to King's Dominion, the water's back. Hey, Q2, I look forward to it, my friends. Tony Turner is right. Busch Gardens is Christmas Town. Yes, Busch Gardens is Christmas Town. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, Tony, for giving me the correct info. I've never actually been to Winterfest. I've been to Christmas Town twice now. But Winterfest, I have never been able to experience. I had like a little hiatus away from King's Dominion, and then obviously the pandemic slowed us down from visiting King's Dominion as well. Um, the only events that I had ever experienced was Haunt at King's Dominion, and before this year, it had been a really long time. I'm the designer of that too. It's a huge skating rink. Exactly, Tony. I didn't want to put you on blast. I knew that it was you. Obviously, we've chatted before, and I didn't want to put you on blast. But yeah, Tony is one of the designers or the designer at King's Dominion. Super cool dude, and I look forward to seeing his work at Winterfest. His work for Halloween Haunt has been impeccable. I never knew there was a skating rink. Yeah, the skating rink is like the. If you watch my videos, when I'm walking in, I typically give a shout out to the fountain. I always say in the beautiful fountains. It's kind of become like a running thing that I do every single time I enter King's Dominion, and that fountain area gets emptied and turned into a skate rink. I need to know the prices. For skating, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe it's part of the event, or maybe it's a separately like ticketed thing for the event. Um, who knows? Is it paid for or free? I don't know if it's paid or free. It could be that it's part of the event. And it could be that it's not. Becky O. Christmastown was crazy busy when we went back in 2018. Um, I went in 2018, but I think when I went in 2018, it was a pass holder preview, so it wasn't too crazy busy for me when I went to Christmastown. But before we start diverting into other topics, I want to talk about the last haunt that I went to and experienced this year so far for haunt season. Haunt season is not over, so there's still plenty more to do. But Sir Henry's Haunted Trail in Plant City, Florida. My friends over at the Pew 2, I highly suggest that you guys go check this out if you haven't done so already. If you're still watching, Tyler, Anna, go check out Sir Henry's. Maybe not this year, but next year or throughout the year. They do like a Valentine's event. I think they're planning on doing other events. You didn't hear it from me, but potentially like a Christmas event and other things. So they're going to be planning to open for select weekends throughout the year for other smaller events. But their event was super cool. Plant City, Florida. The owner, Zach, was there to welcome us. We were invited as media to the event, and um, it was super unique. So there's always been like a running joke about like a Jaws house at Halloween Horror Nights, and they actually pulled it off. They pulled off a not a Jaws house, but a house with a great white, and you actually do get attacked at some point by the shark. If you watch the video, you'll see it because I was able to actually film inside the houses, but selfie mode. But you actually see what's going on behind me. There's 3 houses, 1 laser tag, and an escape room. All takes a good amount of time. The houses are nice long walks. In addition to that, they do have food and snacks and drinks that you could get. But the event is super cool. I've always enjoyed supporting like the local haunts, the local small haunts. King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Halloween Horror Nights. Those are like the big guys. They're awesome. Awesome to go to. Enjoy them greatly because they could always provide more houses than these small haunts can. But the small haunts tend to have very unique approaches to their limited amount of offerings. So they'll typically have like 1 haunted house or 2 haunted houses, and but those 2 haunted houses are super unique, super cool experiences. Typically, when you go to a smaller haunt, as opposed to going to like King's Dominion or Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, or Halloween Horror Nights, where they have a large selection, and typically a very cool large selection. Obviously, I love these guys. Not knocking them at all. I'm just saying, your small local haunt and your big local haunt, that's the difference when you go to experience one or another. And Sir Henry's is no slouch in that perspective. Let's see. Thanks for streaming the haunts. Oh yeah, for sure, Becky. I'm I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. We went to Howl-O-Scream, busy too, but I was happy to ride some coasters. Yeah, it's always super cool, Becky, to be able to ride the roller coasters at night. That's an experience that you don't typically always get um, at some of these parks, and mostly the ones in Northern Virginia and the DC metro area. Unfortunately for us, our parks aren't typically open year round, and then when it starts getting cold, even if they do have an event and they're open, the rides are closed. Let's see. We are here. All right, Pew 2. I still see you guys. We've been we've been waiting to check it out, and we just never seem to find the time. We gotta put we gotta get better. Well, yeah, I understand you guys are busy, and in the line of what we do, we get pretty busy. So I don't always get to fit everything in. Actually, this year my intentions were to go to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Howl-O-Scream, go to Orlando Howl-O-Scream, and go to Tampa Howl-O-Scream and get the like East Coast trifecta that I had deemed it done. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. I didn't find the time to fit in Orlando and Tampa. Heard Howl-O-Scream felt like a local haunt on a big scale, which is cool. Which one? Which Howl-O-Scream? The Orlando Howl-O-Scream? Or just all of them in general? I heard great things about the Orlando Howl-O-Scream. I heard that it was pretty damn awesome. But yeah, guys, overall, that's everything that I've done so far. I plan to revisit King's Dominion. Tomorrow we have a King's Dominion vlog posting at 12 p.m. We will be back to King's Dominion at least once or twice more before haunt season is over. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg as well. In between now and then, I probably will be visiting some of the local haunts here, like Bennett's Curse, Markoff's, Cox Farms. Those guys, the one thing with those guys is on a large scale, most of them don't allow me to film in the houses, and then there's not much to film outside of the houses, so I'm not sure how much of a vlog I can make of it, but if I can, I'll bring you guys some of that content as well. Let's see. SeaWorld, yeah. So, Howl-O-Scream SeaWorld in Orlando. Chris from Zombie, Chris, which you guys met, and Adrian went, and both of them told me it was amazing. I'm sad that I wasn't able to visit that one, and I'm sad that I wasn't able to do the 3 Howl-O-Screams on the East Coast, but I have a feeling that, given the success of SeaWorld Howl-O-Scream, they're gonna be back next year, and maybe I can plan that a little bit better to do all 3 of the East Coast Howl-O-Screams. And then to kind of wrap up what has occurred, Halloween Horror Nights, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, King's Dominion Haunt, and Sir Henry's. I keep on looking down because I made notes, and my brain doesn't work too well when I am not highly caffeinated. I keep on forgetting to take sips of my coffee. And in addition to that, for all these trips, we stayed at different hotels, all the Universal hotels. When we go to Universal Studios, I always try to stay on site. I stayed at the Portofino for opening weekend. We stayed there for about 7 nights. Stayed at Dockside for 1 night for Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, which Dockside is part of the Universal Endless Summer Resorts. And then stayed at Aventura, which is right next to Sapphire and Cabana Bay. All 3 of them, Universal hotels, all 3 of them amazing. All 3 of them are on our reviews we do resort reviews and hotel reviews for specifically at the moment for Universal Studios, but eventually we do plan on expanding that to just any hotel at any destination that you would find like to be like a vacation destination. So maybe in California, maybe going on a trip to a particular city, and there's just like you get what I'm saying. Anywhere where people frequently travel, maybe give options as far as like what hotels to stay at, and what that experience could be like, Summer. Endless Summer is on our bucket list. Becky, I think Endless Summer is a great resort. Universal Studios just makes very beautiful resorts, and I think also my friends over at the Pew 2, I did hear on one of your videos. I think one of the ideas is you guys are going to be talking about the resorts as well and giving some info. The Pew 2 do a really good job of helping you plan for your trip. So if you're looking at planning a trip to Universal Studios, not just for Halloween Horror Nights or anything like that, check them out. Very informative, great videos on Universal specific content, as well as, I think they mentioned that they were going to be doing something on the hotels. Um, so something similar to what I do, but I think they're from what I remember them saying, they're planning on something on a more grand scale where they're going to have information on all the hotels altogether. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, Pew 2, you guys, if you're still there. Um, but yeah, the hotels have all been reviewed on my channel. I think the only hotel that I'm missing is um, Royal Pacific, and I've actually stayed at Royal Pacific, so I do have an opinion on it. Amazing hotel, but I wasn't vlogging at the time, so I didn't actually capture it on camera for you guys. I'm going to Universal Studios next year. David, are you going for like a specific event? If you aren't going for Halloween Horror Nights, I recommend going sometime around like February, um, March, April time. That tends to be a really good time as far as pricing goes, and you also have Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is a really cool event, and next year I believe they have um the return of like concerts and whatnot. I actually, before the pandemic hit, Marshmello was going to be at Universal Studios, and I wanted to go so bad to go see Marshmello at Mardi Gras, but then the pandemic hit. Let's see. Speak Portuguese and come to Brazil. I wish I could speak Portuguese, but I speak Spanish. I speak Spanish fluently. I actually learned how to speak Spanish before I learned how to speak English, so I may be able to communicate enough that we'll understand each other. Um, how do you pronounce that? Iwerton Soares? Soares? Speak Portuguese and come to Brazil. But I would do that. If I went on a trip to Brazil, which that would be a bucket list type of thing to go check out Brazil, um, I would vlog it. I would definitely vlog it. Oh, see, so I was right. Yeah, the Pew 2. They have reviews for each of the hotels come to the channel early spring. That's awesome. I look forward to checking your videos out and hopefully taking some inspiration from your videos, because you guys put out some great content. So, um, you know, some of my hotel review videos are already several years old, and eventually I will revisit them and redo them over. So, and hopefully better. Just summer. David, summer is a very busy time to go to the parks. If you're not going for any particular reason, I personally, being a Florida resident and somebody who travels to Universal frequently, try to avoid summer unless there's a particular reason, like your child is only off during the summer, then that makes perfect sense. But if you're able to be flexible with it, the summer is the time that I either avoid completely or try to hit the early or end of it. So I'll either go like early May, June time, or August time, just because it can be super busy. Let's see. Becky O, Pew 2. I love your Universal review. Oh, awesome. There you guys go. Tech question. What are you streaming on? Like, are you using a camera, or is it a sick webcam? No, I'm actually streaming on my Sony, so I'm not sure how the quality is coming out, guys. I actually need to play with this a little bit better, but I'm able to connect my Sony to my laptop. And just an FYI, I believe you guys have a Canon, right? The M6, if I remember from when we met in person. You could live stream with your Canon. You go to the Canon website, go to your to your particular video, and or not your particular video. You go to your particular camera, and then they'll have software that you could download to your laptop to be able to utilize your camera to stream. I used to use my M50, and you just got to buy like a continually charging battery. So it's like a dummy battery that you plug into your camera, and then you can plug into the wall, so you don't have to worry about your battery running out. And then you just plug the camera into the laptop. But right now, this is my Sony A7C, which I'm not sure if the quality is reverting into the video too well. And then I'm using OBS to live stream, which, as far as software goes for live streaming, I'm not too familiar with it, and I don't live stream often, which is probably noticeable. So this is as far as I've gotten, but I definitely should. I mean, I had a good time talking to everybody joining. At one point, we had a really good amount of people interacting and just chatting along. So I got to do a little bit of a better job of interacting with my audience this way. So I should invest some time at learning some of the software and if there's better options out there. And then how can I maximize the quality of my Sony? Because I was watching it earlier on here just to keep an eye on what was going on the video to see if it was coming out good, and I don't think it was coming out too good. It looks great. Oh yeah, but I'm not sure if it's coming out 4K. It should be coming out 4K, and then as I get closer and get back like that, but maybe it is coming out well. I don't know. I'll probably replay it back later just to get an idea of what the quality was like. But I am getting a warning on the streaming software saying that please check your video resolution. It is currently not optimized, which I don't know how to optimize it, but I do hope to learn how to optimize it. But yeah, it's the Sony A7C with a 24mm G Master lens. Love that camera. But alright guys, I think it's been an hour and 11 minutes. Any other questions before we sign out? I had a great time talking to everybody, and I've had a great time getting all this content for you guys. It's been a hell of a ride the last couple months. I feel like I'm working even when I'm not working. I do have a full-time job, so whenever I'm not working, I try to make the most of that time so that I could provide content on the channel, which I really do enjoy creating the content, which is crazy. Like, 3 years ago when I started, I never thought that I'd be making this many videos. I never thought that I'd get to 1,000 subscribers. I never thought that I'd get past 100 videos, and now I'm well past 1,000 subscribers and also well past 200 videos uploaded, which is crazy. Now I'm not seeing any questions. Let's see. Not seeing any questions. Chat. Nope. Alright guys. Well, Q2, thank you so much for that super chat. It was unexpected, unnecessary, but greatly appreciated. I love you guys. It was an amazing meeting you guys. Anybody that watches my channel, make sure to show them some support as well. Everybody else, it was a great time talking to you. Looks like Sarah said, no questions, just had a statement. You rock, Eddie. You rock, Sarah. All right? Sarah, you rock. All right? And then looks like a lot of work making all those videos. It's a good amount of work, for sure. And I don't want to make it seem like a pity party. I enjoy it greatly. So when you enjoy doing it, it's a different experience. So it's well worth it to me. But guys, thank you so much for jumping on. I am having a great time this hot season, providing you guys some content. If you guys enjoy this live stream, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Shoot me a DM. I'm on my Instagram all the time, so shoot me a direct message and let me know, or comment on one of my pictures and let me know. I'm gonna be posting this thumbnail on there, so if you do want to see me do some more live streams, comment on that thumbnail. Say, Eddie, do more live streams, or whatever you want to say to let me know that this is the type of content that you guys want to see. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to ask yourself, have you been edutained? And I'm out. Have a good night, guys.